Welcome to Dice Throne. The objective of the game is simple. Bring your opponent's health down to 0. It can be played in 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, or free-for-all. The game setup is as follows. You place your character board unfolding it before you, along with your 2 dials, one for health, the other for combat points. Place your shuffled card deck right below your turn order card. You'll set your status effects sheet, along with the corresponding tokens that are placed on top. Lastly, your 5 character dice. You are now ready for combat. Combat consists of rolling your dice up to 3 times to try to land on one of the abilities that you see on your board. These abilities consist of symbols. You're trying to land your dice in the right combination. Like Yahtzee, you get up to 3 rolls. So I roll once and see that I have 1 armor and 1 sword for the paladin character. I decide I want to go for the bottom left ability of 3 swords and 2 armors. So I keep 2, re-roll for my second. Now I have a total of 2 armors and 2 swords. Roll for my third, I hit it. 1 last sword, I activate the ability Righteous Combat, causing 5 damage and modifiers. To help you achieve these rolls, you have cards that allow you to change the value of any 2 dice, and you have the chance to upgrade. In the top left corner of this card, you see it costs 2 CP. I spend 2 combat points, and I'm able to place this hero upgrade on my board, making that the revised upgraded ability that I'm rolling for. Let's roll for this next one. It consists of 3 swords and 1 prayer hand. I hit it immediately. This inflicts 3 undefendable damage, and it says I gain crit and accuracy, which means I pull those over from my leaflet on the left. As you see on the status effect sheet, crit allows me to add 4 damage to any attack that has 5 or more, and accuracy allows me to make any attack undefendable. In the instance that you are 1 symbol short or 2 symbols short from activating an ability, this is where cards can come to your aid. I want to use the card Samesies. That costs 1 CP, and I can change one of my dice to be identical to another. So I spend 1 CP, change that 5 of hearts into a 1, hitting the ability. But be careful, your opponents can use cards too to change the value of your dice, making your attack useless. For this turn example, we'll use the Pyromancer versus the Paladin. Last turn, the Pyromancer inflicted me with a burn status effect token. Her character sheet says that I receive 2 damage every turn in my Upkeep Phase. So as I begin my turn, I start with the Upkeep Phase, meaning I burn 2 damage and there's nothing I can do about it yet. Then I move into my Income Phase, where I gain 1 CP and I draw a card. I then enter my Main Phase. This is where I'm able to play any cards that have the blue M symbol. These are like some of the upgrade abilities that we saw earlier. I can spend 2 CP to upgrade my Holy Light into Holy Light 2, making it even better. I can also sell cards that I don't think I'm going to need for 1 CP each, allowing me to afford other cards like this one that lets me heal. Once I'm ready to attack, I start my offensive roll phase, which is the up to 3 rolls to hit an ability that we went over earlier. Here I hit a large straight, which is not based on symbols, but based on numbers. Every character has a small and a large straight ability based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not based on symbols. This ability heals me 2 and deals 8 damage at the Pyromancer. Now we flip scripts. Now we are the Pyromancer being hit with 8 damage. It activates the Pyromancer's defensive ability. Every single character has a defense ability in the bottom right hand corner, telling them the number of die that they get to roll once. The only reason a character may not use this ability is if the attack damage is defined as undefendable. In this case, it's not. It's 8 normal damage, so the Pyromancer rolls 5 dice. And we gain 1 Fire Mastery token based on the roll, and we deal 4 damage of fire right back at the Paladin. But we did nothing to mitigate the damage of the Paladin, so we take 8 damage on the Pyromancer. The Paladin then continues the turn order card by getting 1 more main phase, meaning at the end of the turn, you get 1 more chance to upgrade abilities, sell cards, or play blue cards. Then, before passing the turn back to the Pyromancer, the Paladin needs to reduce his cards in his hand down to 6 by selling any excess. It's important to note that you can only use cards during specific moments of the turn. So if you want to upgrade an ability, it's got a blue M in the left corner. Or play a blue M main phase card, you can only play these during the main phase of your turn, not your opponent's. As soon as you start rolling dice, that's when both players are allowed to play any orange roll phase cards to change their dice or their opponent's dice. If you play a red card, it's known as an instant action and can be played at any time of anyone's turn. When it comes to upgrading your hero abilities, some abilities not only have a level 2 variant, but also a level 3 variant which you can apply. In the case that you find the level 2 variant and pay 1 CP to place it on your hero board, and later find the level 3 variant, you don't need to pay the full price of the level 3 variant. Simply pay the difference between the cost of level 2 and level 3, meaning to go from level 2 to 3, you're only paying 1 CP. If, however, you were to find the level 3 variant, and you're going straight from level 1 to level 3, pay the full 2 CP, without even needing to touch the level 2 card. If later in the game you draw the level 2, simply sell it for even more CP. At the start of the game, both heroes set their health to an agreed upon amount, and their combat points to 2. Both players draw 4 cards each, and take 1 die and roll it to see who begins the game. In this case, the Paladin has a higher roll, therefore the Paladin is the first player of the game. Rather than starting the usual turn order, because the Paladin is the first character to start the game, he will have to skip his income phase for this turn only. The Pyromancer will have her turn unaffected and resume as normal. You are now ready to begin. Dice Throne is an extremely rich and rewarding game, and I won't be able to cover every scenario in one video. But refer to the rulebook or that random helpful guy on Reddit, and I assure you, the dice will lead you to victory. Good luck.